All right, just imagine this for a second. You check your Maryland holiday raffle ticket, and the numbers match. Just like that, you are a millionaire. I mean, it's the ultimate fantasy, right? But for someone, it actually happens. So today, we're going to break down the step-by-step playbook for what to do in that exact moment to make sure a life-changing win actually changes your life for the better.
So let's make this real for you. You just won $1 million. Seriously, pause and think. What is the very first thing you do? Do you call your mom? Do you quit your job on the spot? Maybe run down the street screaming? Whatever you're thinking, just hold that thought. Because your very first move is way more critical than you could ever imagine.
And here's why. Those first 24 hours can literally determine the course of the next 40 years of your life. No exaggeration. The decisions you make in that initial shock, with all that adrenaline pumping, they set the foundation for whether this money becomes a huge blessing or, believe it or not, a curse.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with those critical first 24 hours. Then we'll talk about assembling your expert team, and you're going to need one. We'll face the reality of taxes, dig into the psychology of sudden wealth, and then build a solid first-year financial plan. And hopefully, by the end, you'll know how to write your own successful million-dollar story.
Okay, part one, your first 24 hours. The subtitle here is Protecting Your Windfall from the Windstorm, and that's exactly what it feels like. It's not some gentle breeze of good fortune, it's a sudden storm of excitement, anxiety, and a million thoughts all hitting you at once.
I love this metaphor. Think of that winning ticket like a tiny newborn flame. It's got all this power and potential, but it's also incredibly fragile. And that windstorm? That's the chaos that's about to hit. The phone calls, the requests, your own crazy impulses. Your only job in this very first moment is to cup your hands around that flame and just protect.
And here's exactly how you do that. 4 simple, totally non-negotiable steps. Step 1, sign it. Immediately. Sign the back of that ticket before you do anything else. A lottery ticket is a bearer instrument, which means whoever is holding it can claim it. Signing it makes it legally yours. Step 2, photograph it. Get clear pictures of the front and back. You need that digital record. Step 3, secure it. We're talking a fireproof safe or, even better, a bank deposit box. And step 4, this is the hardest one, but it is the most crucial. Tell no one. Seriously, not your best friend, not your favorite cousin, not yet. Silence is your absolute greatest shield right now. Okay, so you've protected the ticket. Now it's time to build your fortress. And that brings us to part 2, assembling your expert team. Think of this as putting up the 3 essential pillars that will protect your wealth for the long haul. These are the 3 professionals you need to hire before you even dream of cashing that check. First up, the attorney. They're your shield, the one who helps with asset protection and maybe claiming the prize through a trust to protect your privacy. Second, a CPA, a certified public accountant. They are your guide through the absolute maze of federal and state taxes. And trust me, it's a maze. And third, a financial advisor. This is your architect, the person who helps you design a plan to turn this one-time windfall into real, lasting wealth. Now, when you're looking for that financial advisor, there is one word that is more important than any other, and that word is fiduciary. A fiduciary has a legal obligation, a duty, to act in your best financial interest. See, a lot of other advisors work on commission. They get paid more to sell you certain products, whether they're right for you or not. You want someone whose only incentive is to see you succeed. Let me be clear. Do not hire a financial advisor who is not a fiduciary, period. All right, let's move on to part 3, taxes, anonymity, and reality. This is where the big, exciting dream meets the cold, hard numbers on a spreadsheet. It's time to understand what a $1 million prize actually looks like after everyone gets their piece. And we start here, the big one, $1 million. It looks so good, doesn't it? It feels infinite. It feels like every problem you've ever had is solved forever. But remember, this is the gross number. This is the starting line, not the finish. And here's the reality check. Right off the top, the lottery is going to withhold 24% for federal taxes. Then Maryland takes another 8.95%. So that initial check you actually receive, it's going to be for about $670,000. But wait, it's not over, because that $1 million counts as income. It blasts you into the highest federal tax bracket. So when you file your taxes the next year, you'll owe even more. Your actual final take-home amount will be somewhere around $530,000. Now, that is still a huge, life-changing amount of money, but it is not $1 million. And knowing that from day one is absolutely key to managing your expectations. Now for some really good news. Maryland offers an incredible advantage: anonymity. This is huge. You don't have to do the press conference with the giant check. Your name doesn't have to get splashed all over the news. But here's the kicker. It is not automatic. You have to specifically request to remain anonymous when you claim the prize. This is one of the most valuable parts of your win, and it's something your attorney will make sure you handle correctly. So, you've secured the ticket, you've got your team. Now comes the hardest part of all: managing yourself. This is part 4, the psychology of wealth. It's all about how to avoid the 3 common traps that cause so many lottery winners to go broke. And this is why this part is so incredibly important. Just look at that number, 70%. The vast majority of people who win the lottery are broke or even in debt within just 5 years. So why does this happen? Because money doesn't fix your habits. It just puts them on steroids. Let's look at the traps they fall into. Okay, trap number 1, lifestyle inflation. It's that immediate, overwhelming urge to upgrade everything. The bigger house, the fancier car, the boat, the designer clothes. The problem is your expenses explode, but that pile of money doesn't grow back. The antidote? It's incredibly simple, but man, is it hard. For the first full year, change nothing. Live your life exactly the way you did before you won. Let the money settle, and more importantly, let yourself settle. Trap number 2 is becoming the giving tree. You're going to want to solve everyone's problems. You want to help your parents, your siblings, your friends from high school, and that's a wonderful impulse. But unstructured generosity is a super fast way to end up with nothing. The solution is to be proactive. Sit down with your financial advisor and create a specific giving budget before a single person asks you for money. This way, you can be incredibly generous but within a plan, and it gives you a guilt-free way to say no when the requests go beyond your budget. And trap number 3, the investment illusion. All of a sudden, you'll find that everyone you've ever met has a can't-miss business idea for you. Your brother-in-law wants to open a restaurant, a friend has a revolutionary new app. The antidote here is pure caution. For that first year, your investment mantra should be safety over speed. Stick to boring, conservative, diversified investments that your fiduciary advisor recommends. There will be plenty of time for riskier ventures later once you have a solid foundation. All right, part 5, let's get constructive. We've talked about what to avoid, now let's talk about what to build. It's time for your first-year financial plan. This is all about creating a clear framework so that every single dollar has a specific job to do. A really effective way to do this is called the bucket strategy. You basically divide your after-tax winnings into a few different categories or buckets. For example, maybe 10% goes straight into a high-yield savings account. That's your emergency fund. You don't touch it. Then maybe a lifestyle bucket to cover your living expenses. The biggest portion, say 50%, goes into a growth bucket for long-term investing. And maybe you create a legacy bucket for your charitable giving or family gifts. This just gives you so much clarity and control over the money. And this timeline really puts it all together. This is your roadmap. The first week, that's your silent week. You're just securing the ticket and researching your team. The first month is all about hiring those professionals. Notice, you don't even claim the prize until the second month. Months 4 through 6 are for stabilizing, making any necessary tax payments, and creating your financial plan. And the entire second half of the year is just about living your new normal, monitoring your plan, and resisting those big, impulsive changes. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And in the end, it really all comes down to this. Winning the lottery isn't the finish line. It's the starting gun. The luck part? That's over. That was a 1 in a million shot. Everything that comes next, whether this ends up being an amazing success story or a sad cautionary tale, that's not about luck anymore. It's all about the choices you make, starting